Hi there, future scientists and math wizards. Welcome to Smile Road. I'm Sir M, and I created this channel just for you, senior high school students looking to make science and math easier, clearer, and yes, even more fun. On Smile Road, we explore exciting lessons in general science, solve real life problems in general mathematics, and learn how these subjects connect to the world around us. From floating boats to your monthly budget. Each meeting, I'll guide you through lessons using simple explanations, real life examples, and even a few challenges to keep your brain sharp. Whether you're reviewing for exams, catching up on class topics, or just curious about how the world works, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you won't miss any of our learning adventures here on Smile Road. So, are you ready to start this journey with me? Let's walk the road of knowledge with a smile. Our topic for today is about interpreting measures of central tendency and variability in data analysis. And this is grade 11 General Mathematics, quarter 2, about data and probability. So this is quarter 2, data and probability, lesson number 18. Interpreting measures of central tendency and variability in data analysis. Intended learning outcomes. By the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to A. Define the concepts of central tendency, mean, median, and mode, and variability, the range, variance, standard deviation. Differentiate among the measures of central tendency and variability in terms of what they represent. Interpret computed measures in the context of real data, like, for example, in academic performance, in business, sales, survey responses. Evaluate the appropriateness of using specific measures of central tendency and variability for different types of data and purposes. Draw conclusions and make decisions from the given dataset based on the computed measures. Review of concepts. Measures of central tendency. Number 1, mean. The arithmetic average useful for interval or ratio data, but sensitive to extreme values. Number 2, median. The middle value, resistant to outliers, useful for skewed distributions. Number 3, mode, the most frequent value, useful for categorical and discrete data. Measures of variability, or what we call dispersion. Range, the difference between the highest and the lowest values. Simple, but affected by outliers. Number 2, variance. Average square deviations from the mean. Useful for understanding spread. Number 3, standard deviation, SD. Square root of variance shows average distance of values from the mean and is widely used for interpretation. Interquartile range, the spread of the middle 50% of data, and this is less affected by outliers. Why interpretation is important? Letter A, computing values is not enough. The learners must understand what they mean in context. For example, a mean score of 80 in a class indicates overall performance, but a high standard deviation shows the students' performance are widely spread, some very high, some very low. Number 2, a median income that differs greatly from the mean suggests income inequality due to very high earner outliers. Practical interpretation examples. In education, if the mean score is 75 but the SD is 15, this means while the average class is passing, performance varies greatly. Some did very well, others poorly. Business or in sales, a company with an average daily sales of 10,000 but a low SD indicates consistent performance. A high SD means sales are unpredictable. Health. If the median recovery time is 10 days while the mean is 14, this suggests that while most recover in 10 days, a few outliers took much longer. Guidelines of interpretation. Match the measure to the data type. Mode for categorical, median for skewed, mean for normal data. Check variability. Low variability would mean consistent data. High variability means scattered data. Look at both center and spread. They complement each other. Example, a mean without SD could be misleading. Key takeaways. A. Interpreting measures of central tendency and variability transforms raw numbers into meaningful insights. Learners will be able to analyze, explain, and make evidence-based decisions using statistics in real-world situations. Formulas for the Quarter 2 DP Lesson number 18, Interpreting Measures of Central Tendency and Variability in Data Analysis. Measures of central tendency. So the mean is the arithmetic average. X bar is equal to summation of xi over n, where xi is each data value and n is the number of data values. Median, the middle value. For odd number of data values, the median is x of n plus 1 over 2. For even number of data values, so the median is xn over 2 plus xn over 2 plus 1 all over 2. Data must arrange in ascending order. Number 3, the mode, most frequent value. So the value that occurs most frequently in the dataset. If no value repeats, there is no mode. If two values repeat equally, it is bimodal. Measures of variability, the range. So the range is equal to the maximum value minus the minimum value. And then the variance for the population, variance, sigma squared is equal to summation of xi minus the mean of the population squared all over n, the total number of population. For the sample variance, you have s squared is equal to summation of xi minus x bar squared all over n minus 1. Number 6, standard deviation for the population, sigma is equal to the square root of summation of xi minus mu squared all over n. And then for the sample, standard deviation, S is equal to summation of xi minus x bar squared over n minus 1. Coefficient of variance, CB is equal to S over x bar times 100%. This is used to compare the relative variability of two or more data sets. Interquartile range, IQR is equal to Q3 minus Q1, where Q1 is the first quartile, which is also the 25th percentile. Q2 is the median, the 50th percentile, not always needed for IQR, but useful in context. Q3 is the third quartile, the 75th percentile. Step by step, so arrange the data in ascending order. Find Q1, the median of the lower half of the data below the overall median. Find Q3, the median of the upper half of the data above the overall median. Subtract, so IQR is equal to Q3 minus Q1. Note, the IQR measures the spread of the middle 50% of the data and is resistant to outliers. Practice problems for our Quarter 2 Data and Probability Lesson 18, Interpreting Measures of Central Tendency and Variability in Data Analysis. The test scores of 5 students are 85, 90, 78, 92, 88. Find the mean. So we're given the scores, which are 85, 90, 78, 92, 80, 88. We are required to determine the mean. So the mean, 85 plus 90 plus 78 plus 92 plus 88 over 5 is equal to 433 over 5, which is equal to 86.6. Final answer, 86.6. The interpretation, on average, the student scored 86.6 points. We will have the next part of this lesson.